Dreamscape presents The Generation Myth. Why When You're Born Matters Less Than You Think, by Bobby Duffy. Narrated by Ralph Lister. Introduction. The question of our generation. We are teetering on the brink of a generational war. Wherever you look, generational betrayals and battles are poisoning relations between old and young. Older generations have stolen younger generations' future, while the young are killing traditions that older generations hold dear. Emerging generations of social justice warriors find themselves facing a war on woke. Baby boomers are selfish sociopaths, while millennials are narcissistic snowflakes. This, at least, is the endlessly repeated story. But is any of it true? I began the research that would inspire this book with the intention of separating generational myths from the reality. We seem to intuitively grasp that this idea helps us understand something important about who we are and where we are headed. However, much of the discourse on the topic is based on stereotypes and lazy thinking, making it useless or dangerous. My argument is that although it is possible to learn something invaluable about ourselves by studying generational dynamics, we will not learn these lessons from a mixture of manufactured conflicts and tiresome cliches. Instead, we need to carefully unpack the forces that shape us as individuals and societies. The generation we were born into is merely one important part of the story, alongside the extraordinary influence of individual life cycles and the impact of historical events. More systematic generational thinking and the long-term perspective it encourages will show that the real problem isn't warfare between generations, but a growing separation between young and old. It will show us that the resentments people may have for other generations have more to do with growing economic, housing and health inequalities. It will explain how and why our culture is changing, on key issues from race to gender identity. And it will help us understand how support for political parties is shifting, and whether democracy is really dying. It can tell us a great deal about many of the biggest issues humanity faces, from climate change to mental health. Ultimately, it will show that the social progress we come to expect as an inevitable feature of new generations taking over.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?